Ready to roll. Do you want to introduce? I'm going to let you do this one. Oh, okay, I'll do this one. I'll do this one. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the third episode of the Smoky Kitchen. No, sorry, the fourth. The fourth episode of the Smoky Kitchen. It goes so fast. Time flies when you're having fun. This is probably the most important episode to me yet.
You've been very excited about this.
I've been so excited about this episode. Our guests are just absolute geniuses, and I'm just so happy that we, get the opportunity to amplify that message to our community and really get people involved in this. I don't know.
It's something that you're very passionate about as well.
Yeah, I really am passionate about this episode. I don't want to give too much away. I just want to get straight into it and introduce who we've got on the show today. I'm so excited. So first of all, I'd like to introduce Ben Mayer-White. He's a part of the ADIDAS Metaverse team and a member of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Wow, that on its own. Wow.
Sounds very grand.
I just can't wait to pick your brain. I'm so excited. How are you doing, man? You good?
I'm good. I feel like it's going to be all downhill from that kind of entrance, though.
I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it will be.
The first, like, oh, he's English. He's not legit.
Yeah, we've struggled with that our whole career as well.
Yeah.
It's a common problem.
No, but I'm really excited as well. Thanks for having me on, and yeah, looking forward to chatting plenty of NFT stuff.
Amazing. So next up, I'd like to introduce Mango from the Charged Particles NFT platform. Wow, Mango. We've had a couple of conversations in the past, and every single time I've just been enlightened about the whole Metaverse and NFTs in general. I can't wait for people to hear what you have to say, but how are you doing? You all good?
Yeah, doing well. Really happy to be here. Stoked to be hanging out with all you guys. It's going to be a good time.
Thank you for joining us.
I
don't know if you can tell. It's a little smoky here. I think it's coming through the screen or something. It's like
I haven't had a machine yet.
When we started, I had a clear background, but something's happened. I don't know.
It's all part of the show. It's part of the show.
Yeah, we kind of have that effect on our guests, even though you're our first guests. And last but not least, I'd like to introduce RYAN FERRIS, singer and songwriter from electronic band Beacon Bloom, and also a very, very good friend of mine. Love you, Ryan.
Little bromance going on there.
Little bromance. How are you doing, bro?
I'm very well. Very well, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
And I think what's so amazing about this episode is you all know each other and you're all mates, and it can just kind of be a friendly chat between mates and keep the cameras in the back of our mind.
I was kind of disappointed we didn't start filming already. The conversation was fully flowing.
Yeah,
completely. Great stuff, and nothing was rolling. So
yeah, we were setting up a smoke machine.
Just to give you a sense of it, Ryan and I wore matching shirts by accident. That's how tight we are. This is not planned.
Not even me and Charlie can do that. No. We've never done that. No.
And the Bored Ape skull down there, we're all we got the same vibe going on right now. Should be a good time.
Yeah, for real.
The fossilized ape that you have.
You've got the fossilized ape. We've got two living orangutans.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm digging the orangutans. I really am. I love orangutans.
Orangutans are epic, bro.
Anyways, I want to get into the first topic of the podcast. We have actually got our single coming out on the 24th of September. This is a very special release for us. We both really love the song, and everything else that comes with it is just, the biggest bonus ever. We're dropping our first NFT collection alongside this next single with an NFT integrated music video. Wow, I mean, I just didn't think we'd ever get this opportunity to ever be this innovative. This industry is booming right now, and we're at the forefront of it. Yeah, and I want to start off with Ryan by asking, you published one of the first ever NFT integrated music videos. How do you even come up with the concept?
That is entirely Mango's responsibility.
Oh.
I appreciate the credit, but man, you guys really did a ton of awesome work building out some really engaging experiences for people to dive into, just beyond watching the music video, but really to really tap into a whole new world. I can't take too much credit.
Yeah, well, Mango blew my mind. He came on a podcast that I run called The Good Timeline, and back in March, I think, and just blew my mind about NFTs and DeFi and this whole space. And I ended up not properly sleeping, I think, for 3 weeks, and we made 6 NFTs and an NFT integrated music video. I can share a little quick clip of that if you want, just to give.
Oh yes, please.
All right,
we would love to see that.
All right, so this is a little clip of it. We did this in one take. This is in New Zealand.
I want to own that, man.
So dope, man.
And we had a secret QR code in this, and if anyone scanned that, it would take them to our little metaverse here, which is like a text adventure game. And so if we go in here, there's like this whole kind of puzzle world, and the people that get to the end of the puzzle, there's like a crypto wallet that they can unlock. And we also had links to our NFT gallery, but we can get into what NFTs are, what wallets are, and all that sort of stuff after this, I guess. But that's a little sneak preview anyway.
Well, yeah, I really wanted to just, say everything we're doing with this next music video is a template of, that original concept that you and Mango had. And, we are super hyped because, we never thought we'd be able to integrate it in such a way that's so accessible and easy for people. But now we just want to, kind of do a for dummies for our fans of, how they could, get into this NFT space, support us through this whole new world. So I'd like to get into what is an actual NFT. I mean, it's an open question for everyone. We're all a part of this, and I just, what is an NFT? I want the people to understand what, the actual meaning of NFT is.
Even I'm curious, I'm even involved in the project and the process, but even I'm still kind of like getting my head around it,
Yeah.
And for me, this is so interesting. I'm still learning a lot, like when Leo originally came to me with the idea, I'm like, man, this sounds amazing. It sounds like a lot, and the way it's come around, it's just been phenomenal to, especially for me, definitely that part of the project, I've taken a back seat and just watched it unfold.
Yeah.
It's been phenomenal. Receiving the artworks and stuff like this, it's been a really interesting process. So
yeah.
even I'm excited to hear what goes into that,
Yeah, definitely.
I guess I can kind of jump in on that one. At a very basic level, an NFT is basically just a certificate of authenticity that proves that this token that you have is a unique, one-of-a-kind digital item. Now, a lot of people know about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Maybe there's 100 million Bitcoin or something like this. And every Bitcoin is identical to every other Bitcoin. We could swap our Bitcoins. They're the same. They have no difference in value. But that's not true about art or, in-game digital assets. And so you could imagine that an NFT is like a single token. There's not 100 million of them. There's just one, your music video or this piece of art that you created. And because of the blockchain, everyone that's involved agrees. There's a shared consensus that, yes, this piece of art was made by this artist at this time and then sold to this person for this much money and then sold to this person at this time for this much money. And so everyone that's involved in the community gets to authenticate this unique item. If you think about buying the Mona Lisa, you wouldn't spend $100 million on the Mona Lisa or whatever it costs, probably more. Without having a proof that this is the original one. You wouldn't want to spend that kind of money on a fake one. And maybe in the world, there's a dozen or 100 people that can tell you that for sure, this is the original. And we can tell because of these stroke marks and this provenance and this history, but with the blockchain, everyone can be that authenticating expert. We come to consensus that this is the original piece of art. And I think a lot of people get confused and they think an NFT is this JPEG that they can right click and save. You could do the same with the Mona Lisa. You could go to Google right now and save the Mona Lisa off of Google, but you don't own the original. And so the NFT is this digital certificate of authenticity that makes it possible for digital assets to have history and provenance, basically.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. You're thinking of it in that way, you know, having that community that kind of verifies it on itself without having, you know, a centralized single party. You know, yeah, it feels, you know, this is how it should be done.
Yeah, that's crazy as well, because I don't know, like I said, I don't know too much about the space, but when I was asked by like some of my friends what it is, obviously I have some form of general knowledge. And like the crazy thing was I compared it to the Mona Lisa and how you can, yeah, I actually said the same thing as, you know, you can have a copy, you can get a replica, whatever, but you never own the original piece. And yeah, it's crazy to hear the same thing, you know? And I think it's phenomenally interesting as an artist when it's about art. And it's even like, it's creating a future of art as well. You know, it's almost brought forward like a new style of art, like this whole, like the characterization of a lot of the NFTs I'm seeing right now. It's become like a form of art, you know? Even like you see, like you're wearing t-shirts with the logo, you know, it's making a big impact on the world right now. And that's really interesting to see.
Yeah, it's creating a lot of hype, definitely. And I think that we should explore some of the NFTs that are popular right now and kind of hand over to Ben and ask him what excites him about the space the most.
Yeah. Well, just like kind of leading on as well from what you were just talking about there, and without going like too technical, like one of the main terms that's really important about everything is Web 3.0. So this is like the next evolution of the internet. So like Web 2.0 is where service providers inserted themselves between us and the internet, basically, and each other. So like Google or Facebook. And then Web 3.0, and especially if we look at artists and their fans, you know, like removing the studios and the labels, not fully out of the way, but basically, you know, you'll be able to sell directly to your fans for like a much lower price and make a lot of money. And they can actually maybe own the music rights with you. And however hard your community of fans push your music, the more money and like experiences that maybe they will be rewarded with for helping the community. So like, I think that kind of connection between artists in any form, whether it's music, film, or author, you know, painter, whatever, I think that's really powerful.
Definitely. It creates this whole, you know, thing of us being able to grow with our community. You know, if these songs grow and there's certain person owning the rights to it and they start pushing it and they do something right, it pops off. You know, everyone sees the benefits of that, and that's how it should be. That is, you know, so it's such an exciting concept, and yeah, it's not just a concept anymore. This is the way it's gonna be from now on, and that's why we want to do our duty to get as many people onto it as possible. Spread the word. Tell your friends.
Definitely. Red pill at least 3 of your friends. But like, maybe we could get up like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, like just on OpenSea or something, because I really like what Mango said before around kind of, if you think of Bitcoin, which is fungible, which just means it can be, you know, it's replicated. It doesn't matter if you own one Bitcoin or another. Like a really good thing that I've been saying to people that kind of helps them understand these kind of profile NFTs that people kind of think that's all they are, is that, you know, you can't put if you own a Bitcoin, you can't put that Bitcoin into like a Netflix show, for example.
Yeah.
Be able to put an image of a monkey that you own the intellectual property and commercial rights into a next Netflix show, right? So
crazy.
Basically, the Bored Ape Yacht Club is 10,000 NFTs within a collection. And if you can see here, here's one. And then if we go down and click properties on the left-hand side, we can see there that each ape is made up of different features. Some of them have 4 features, some of them can have 6, 7 features. And then you can see on this page here, this lucky person has offers for around 125,000 for their JPEG. And that's actually quite low, because they'll just be bots offers. But basically, yeah, the 10,000 collection of the Bored Apes are all different in different ways. So they are unique. They have a unique identifier number. And if I own it, I own the intellectual property and the commercial rights. So actually, I own a few of the apes, and with one of my apes, I created some merch. and I sold an NFT that was connected to a physical jumper with my ape on it, which I called Sir Nicholas Rage, not after Nicolas Cage, obviously. And yeah, like this community this year, and like you probably, if you're on Twitter in certain circles, you will see these apes. And, you know, like I think it launched around 4 months ago for around 0.08 Ethereum, which I guess was around $200 at the time.
Oh my God.
And then 4 months later, it's
that one's
around 160,000. Yeah, and it's really been the power of a community as well, right? So obviously I'm at ADIDAS, I'm part of the Bored Apes. You know, you have like people from Twitter, you have, you know, basketball stars, NFL stars who are all in the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Crazy.
And yeah, it's, you could just know that where we're heading, right? I think one of the lead animators or illustrators of Rick and Morty actually did an animation of one of the apes like being shocked. So you're like, it's not going to be very long before we see one of these characters appear in one of the shows.
Rick and Morty is my favorite series. We watch too much Rick and Morty, so
yeah, way too much.
way too much. This is actually blowing my mind. Obviously, I am quite involved with the NFT space, and I enjoy participating in, you know, minting certain NFTs. It's such a different experience to anything I've ever done. But once you do it once, it's so addicting. It's so addicting. You know, it's yours. It's there.
And I think people like it's okay to be scared. It is frightening. But the space and the people in it, they're really open. You know, if you know someone and you know that they've been trading and buying NFTs, you know, if you can reach out to them, like most people will try and help and onboard you. We all make mistakes as well. And yeah, the Bored Apes now are really expensive, but then there's always good projects coming out, right? So yeah. The key thing you need to do is really like look into the people that are creating it. And then the artwork, obviously, and then just kind of like your belief in the fact that they could execute what their project's about. And, you know,
yeah, definitely.
We look at you. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Sorry, just to jump in, this would be a great moment just to remind people that none of this is financial advice and to do all of your own research before spending money on any of these things. And that I think like a good attitude to have is that these are awesome pieces of art and awesome communities doing really cool stuff. And that you shouldn't be looking at like, oh, if I buy an ape, maybe I'll get rich or something. And that, you know, not treating these as investment vehicles, but as art, you know, and that they started as art. And that, you know, you should be supporting artists that you care about and that kind of thing. And, you know, this is certainly not a recommendation to be dumping your life savings into an ape JPEG that may or may not go any direction, you know. But that as a functional mechanism, NFTs are allowing for the greatest and fastest redistribution of wealth to artists in human history right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. So basically what we're telling people is don't Hail Mary your student finance on an NFT thinking it's going to 10x. It's not, it don't work. It might.
But that's it.
But that's, I'm still waiting for that.
There's a pretty good introductory video into this world by the Defiant, who is actually responsible for Mango getting into this space. And he talks about all the ways to look into these communities and to look into the Discords. And he would also say, you know, don't put your life savings into this. Only put in what you can afford to lose, and that none of this is financial advice. But we can chuck that in the links. The Defiant's Guide to NFTs and Collections. Yeah,
and staying on, you know, being innovative and NFTs, we are actually releasing nested NFTs. Mango, you're the expert here, and just explain what differs a nested NFT to just a normal NFT.
Well, yeah, it's basically it's what we do at Charged Particles. We're a protocol that's looking to add new functionality to the NFT across the ecosystem. And basically, we allow you to take this NFT that is this certificate of authenticity that might be connected to this JPEG. You know, I like to think of the JPEG as sort of the cover. Or, you know, the packaging around this authenticity. But what we allow people to do is turn this proof of authenticity into a container that can hold other assets inside of it. So here you can see an NFT called Pandora's Box, which has nested inside of it some tokens and a bunch of other NFTs. We've got some metadata loading slowly here, but here we've got 14 different pieces of art by 14 different artists that are all nested inside of Pandora's Box. So now you can imagine selling entire collections at once. You could put interest-bearing assets such as wrapped Bitcoin or USDC that's earning interest inside an NFT, and you know what this additional functionality can add to an art offering. And there's lots and lots and lots of cool stuff you can do when it becomes this functional container.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
You can see the orangutan here.
The orangutan.
So you can just see this.
Just to put it in super simple terms, you can put some cryptocurrency inside of this, and it gains more cryptocurrency over time. Or you can put other artworks inside, and there's a lot of different things you can do with those combinations.
I really can't help myself but getting a little too complex with it, so I apologize if any of that. It's a lot to swallow in the first go, but yeah, that's basically right. Being able to imagine if you had like a really old, like rare baseball card, and you were able to put like $100 on the back of it 100 years ago, and if that collectible was earning interest for 100 years, you know, it would be worth like $300,000 today, regardless of the value of the art. So we're trying to bring together the speculative value of art and the implicit value of cryptocurrency and putting these things together.
Yeah,
which you can't do anywhere else.
That's insane. And you know, we are gonna be offering rewards within our NFTs, and you know, thanks to Charge Particles and Mango, we've been able to make that possible. Nested NFTs, I feel like, are the next step, you know, towards this. The next step in this industry, because there's so much you can do with it. You know, possibilities that people haven't even thought of yet, and we're thinking of things every single day. You know, we're up all night thinking about this, and I would just really want to urge people to, if they don't know what to do when it comes to NFTs, don't wait around and, you know, wait until, you know, you see is more mainstream or whatever. Start learning about it now. It really changed my life, the whole crypto space, and you know, NFTs and just the whole community in general. It just changes your whole outlook on everything, and I think that's something we need sometimes in life, is just to step back and get a whole new perspective on things. NFTs is definitely giving everyone that right now. It's a total new view on art, you know, digital art. It's phenomenal, and there's so much hype. That also leads into this this thing I've been seeing on a lot of within a lot of NFT communities recently, and that's the Metaverse. Wanted to get into more details about the Metaverse and how it works, and you know, what's the purpose of it. So yeah, Mango, would you like to get into that?
Sure, I'll kick it off, and then I think Ben's got some experience as well, so I'll pass it over. I mean, I think the example that comes to mind, a lot of people have seen the film Ready Player One, right? You know, this digital future where people are living inside their VR goggles and stuff, and you know, I think that's something that scares some people and something that really excites other people. And I think, you know, like anything, there will be a fair share of both the utopian and the dystopian when it comes to this digital future. But, you know, if you were living a large percentage of your time in a digital world, you would need a financial system that's borderless and permissionless and peer-to-peer. And you would want to be able to know that those items that you're buying or whatever, that you actually own them. You know, when it comes to like in-game assets and things, at the moment, you know, you see people spending all this money on in-game loot items and stuff, and they don't actually really own those things. And NFTs changes that. And the Metaverse, as you can see here, doing its best to load through the screen sharing, you know, are these digital spaces that will be powered by NFTs, and that people will likely be spending a lot more time in the future. We can see here the SpaceX spot in crypto voxels. Crazy. You know, so SpaceX will own this piece of digital land, you know, and so if someone wants to buy this parcel, they would need to buy it directly from SpaceX with no intermediaries, just peer to peer. Anyway, I'll pass it over to Ben because I think you guys at Adidas are looking into kind of getting into the metaverse if you aren't already, right?
Yeah. So I think as well, like one of the things we try and help people understand in Adidas and outside of Adidas is like when we're talking about the metaverse, you know, this that we're looking at here is crypto voxels, which is a virtual world within, let's call it the metaverse. But like the metaverse really to anyone should be, it's just basically the interconnected realities. So that could be virtual reality, augmented reality, real life, and then these virtual worlds that are happening. And if we want to bring it back to NFTs as a technology will be the thing that enables all of these realities to interact with each other. So, you know, if we want to talk about Adidas, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, so, but if we wanted to look at Adidas, you know, you could own a jacket from, you know, something from Adidas, you know, or some Stan Smith trainers or something like that. And maybe on there you would have a QR code or some like an NFC chip or something like that that would scan, and then you'd be able to wear that jacket when you're walking around here or when you're walking around Fortnite. So you owning that, you prove the provenance that you own it in the real world, and you can also then prove it that you own it in a virtual world. And the dream really would be that any product that you own, you would be able to take it into whichever world that you want to go into. So that's Fortnite or Minecraft or crypto voxels or the real world. I think that's
crazy, man.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Just looking around, you know, at this this universe, and you know the fact that SpaceX have a base in this place. SpaceX got a base in this bitch. Like,
the space base.
Yeah.
The space base. That is crazy.
It's funny, Ben, that you bring up the clothing embedded with NFTs, right? Because that's actually something that's going to be happening with the bars and melody drop as well. Is an NFT embedded T-shirt, right? So like your favorite sort of bars and melody merch with unique artwork. There's only 10 of them in existence, and you have to have the NFT to get it, you know. And
you heard it here first, people. You heard it here first. We have some very exciting things coming up, and you know, we're on the curve of this innovation, bro.
I don't know what to say.
Cut me out if I'm spoiling things too early.
You know what? It's not even spoiling it at this point. People are just not ready for this, and I'm so hyped. People gotta know. People gotta know.
They gotta know.
So, in terms of crypto voxels as a...
Can you go back? What the fuck?
Yeah, what was that? What was that?
I have no idea, bro. Here we
so
go.
That is... you could buy that right now.
You could. I wonder how much it is.
Should we check it out?
Let's go on a little rabbit hole mission. How much does it cost on Andreas Antonopoulos decentralized variant 2? It looks like it's not on sale.
But its all-time average price is 1.5 Ethereum, which is about $6,000 US.
And if you think of what we just saw there as well, where Ryan was in the virtual land, and then we saw an image. He clicked on the image, it brought up some like a bit of information, and then he clicked one button, and he was then on OpenSea, which is the marketplace we were looking at the Bored Apes in before.
Yeah.
And if his wallet is connected to the OpenSea, he will be able to, and this piece of art is for sale, he will be able to buy it immediately for the agreed price or make an offer, right? With
and you can see how much more interesting it is to see it in this space, and especially if you're wearing VR, it gets this huge scale and sense of 3 dimensions. You know, compared to on OpenSea, still, you know, it still looks cool. I mean, it's a weird piece of art, to be fair, you know, but like that's okay. There's like a GIF, you know, with a white background. But if we go back to crypto voxels in the space, you know, you can see it on the wall.
Yeah, definitely.
Poster, you know, and in VR, it's even more crazy, you know.
Yeah, and then if we look forward and we think of like events in the future, so like the World Cup in football, for example, that playing in the sky in like the FIFA, right inside the sandbox or inside Decentraland, and you'll be able to be there, and famous people will be walking past you with their avatars, right? Or it'll be Beyonce singing on the stage, but as her avatar.
Yeah, crazy.
And you'll be like, wow, they got an ape, they must be famous, you know.
You'll walk past an ape avatar and you'd be like, hey, there's Ben, the guy from Adidas, because you'll know that that's the ape from Twitter or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And so you can see these wearables here. I mean, this is my like really rudimentary, crappy avatar from Crypto Voxels, and I've got a hat around my neck. But you can get really crazy, amazing wearables in this space made out of these voxels. And
we were in there earlier, and someone had a huge head.
Yeah, huge head, like a size of a building. And so what Ben's saying is, you know, he could have an equivalent of his Bored Ape made in voxels, or even made in something a bit more high res, and you'd see him walk around in the metaverse, and you go, oh yeah, there's Ben, you know. This is currently me, but you know, I've got some work to do.
So yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
So if I wanted to buy a place in Crypto Voxels and, you know, put my art on display, you know, kind of flex it, show it off a bit, what are we talking? What's the damage?
We're talking, I think, 1.5 ETH or so at the moment.
Yeah,
which has gone up, yeah, for minimum, you know, and different prices for more highly trafficked areas. So where SpaceX have it, that's where everyone lands in the metaverse. So I imagine that costs a pretty penny, but you can buy stuff in different islands. It's quite a big space, as you can see this map down the bottom right. Zoom out of it, it's pretty huge.
I would love to just jump in real quick as well. It's like I think like the idea of buying and selling digital land is still a little foreign to people, but this is maybe another way of like kind of, you know, drawing a parallel to the real world and like how NFTs can be used going forward, is that you could have an NFT that everyone recognizes as, you know, yours, that you made it, but you could have it represent the deed to your house. And so now someone could buy your house from you, and the bank doesn't need to be involved in the middle. So I can sell my house directly to someone else, you know, without a middleman trying to like squeeze whatever value out of it. And so, you know, you start to see this peer-to-peer future where all value is exchanged directly between people without middle people.
Everything's middleman nowadays, you know, everything. So it'd be nice to get back to that. It feels kind of old-fashioned nowadays, you know, actually exchanging with someone. But, you know, it's kind of how I want it to be. Just that, you know, see who you're selling to, see who you're buying off, you know, establishing that trust. It's all human instincts that are just cut out with these middlemen. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
But I'm not sure I'm not sure how Tesla... SpaceX. How do you even build something like that in the space? Is it quite? It's quite
straightforward. So you'll get like this. See this kind of blank box over there?
Yeah.
You'll get something like that, and then it's a bit like Minecraft. You get these voxels, which are these square things, and then you can just build stuff. Also, if you own land, I believe we're still looking into this, but I think then you can create your own voxels, which are these like, you know, it could be this car, for example, right? You know, this dope car. And then you can sell it on the marketplace on Crypto Voxels. So if we go, if I find the Crypto Voxels marketplace, give me a few minutes.
I'm loving this auto shop set up in the virtual world.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. It seems so rudimentary, right? And like early days stuff, but you know, so did the internet. I mean, I'm old enough to remember the AOL dial-up tone pretty like in my genes. It's at a genetic level, you know, but you know, I think we'll see in the next handful of years, this stuff start to get really, really sophisticated and start to feel more like a place you actually, you know, want to spend a load of time in and connect with people around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's this really cool stuff you can do with community and art and fun in there. This is the marketplace, for example. So, you know, I believe anyone that owns land can create their own NFTs and then sell them on the marketplace. So let's look at this. I don't even know this treasure chest, right?
Nice.
You can buy that on OpenSea, and building the actual spaces yourself, they aren't too complicated. You can, it's like Lego, you know, or Minecraft. Yeah, it's as complex or as simple as you want to make it, as far as I understand.
And there's like architects as well for the world. If you own land but you can't build or you don't have time, you can pay architects that can build your land to the specifications you say. Also, I dropped you a video, Ryan, for the sandbox. I think I think it'd be good to see the guys. And if you've not like seen the video, but like obviously like the sandbox, I'd say is like in terms of visual look is like would probably one up from Crypto Voxels and maybe one down from Decentraland. And this is launching in the next month, I think 15th of October.
That looks sick. That looks fucking sick.
I know there's got to be people listening to this podcast or watching that you know, have played a bunch of Minecraft and are starting to realize like, wait a minute, in 5 years this might be my full-time job. Like, wait a minute, like, I might be a digital architect. Is like, you know, it's a job that doesn't.
What the?
I'm quitting my job, man.
I'm gonna do virtual carpentry. Screw this.
Do you reckon there'll be like a space for like a virtual fisher? Surely there's got to be
We're gonna need it all. We're gonna need it all.
I'd love to just park up and just fish.
Yeah, innit? I just think this.
I don't know. I don't even matter how much it is. 0.001 ETH. I don't care what it is. Just as long as I'm fishing.
A really good thing, a really good aspect of the sandbox and many of the others. There's a few like Axie Infinity. Basically the concept of play to earn. So you know we all love playing Fortnite or Call of Duty or FIFA or whatever, but we don't get paid unless I'm a FIFA YouTuber or something.
Yeah.
But then I'm still getting paid by YouTube and by adverts and like sponsors that maybe want to work with me. Whereas with this, say like I go into Atari's world that they own land in and I'm playing games for them and I'm like the best in it, I could actually be winning. I could be in their land while they drop an NFT and I win it because I'm there. Or
crazy, man.
For a week, so I get, you know, I get X, Y, and Z from Atari, or I get access to something that no one else can access. And, you know, I think, you know, we're seeing it in some countries. I think one's Indonesia with Axie Infinity, where people are playing to earn and whole families are now living off that at a level that if they worked 4 jobs, right? So.
And how do you play to earn? As in, like, you just play how you usually play?
Yeah, it would be. Well, go on, Mango. Sorry.
I was gonna say, like, you know, imagine games like Pokemon where you level up and you get these, you know, you catch rare Pokemon or whatever. Pokemon Go, especially with the augmented reality element of it. If all those Pokemon were NFTs that you owned, now you've got rare ones that you've caught and ones that you've trained, and you know, so these things are gaining value because you're putting time in, and other people might want them because they're powerful in the game. And then there's whole token, you know, economics behind it where you can earn, you know, say Pokemon tokens or whatever by playing for long.
That's sick. So it's kind of like, in a very simple sense, like when you used to get, you know, Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's like pulling a rare out of a packet, basic, like very basic terms. And I used to love that. Oh, yeah. So like imagine actually that in a virtual landscape. You're playing, you're running around, you're collecting Pokemon, whatever, but you're actually collecting shit that matters. Yeah, that's great.
Imagine if you pulled one and it was like a giant, and then your behavior in the world and what you trained at, or the way you behaved if you was like kind, would start to impact the like attributes within the NFT of your character. So like if you like saved a big village of people from getting killed or whatever in the game, it would be recorded. That might affect your like kindness rating of your NFT.
Crazy.
You could end up becoming the only giant in the game that's not just big, strong, angry, and bold or something. He'd actually be gentle, strong, and something else. And then that would create its own rarity because you're the only person that did that in the world, and then you get rewarded if you sell it.
Oh, that's so crazy. And would this all be connected through your wallet? So your wallet would kind of have its own personality?
Yeah, so if you had like an NFT that was prepared by the producers ready, like sandbox ready, you can actually write in the attributes within the NFT, and as they're training up in the game, so if you play in a car game, you get a better engine, you race it more than other people, you get in XP points, and then your car could be A, super rare, B was like one of the first releases, so you're like one of the first numbers, and then you've trained it and upgraded it.
Crazy.
It's probably a good point here to just explain briefly what a wallet is, what a wallet looks like in this space.
Yeah.
And I can show you guys. Oh, my computer's
frozen.
Isn't it? It's actually so, there's so much to this. Like, It's so much to digest.
I didn't realize there was that much to it.
Yeah, it's actually
I'm
crazy.
Actually, like,
This is episode 1, boys.
It's episode 1.
I'm blown away.
So for example, this is MetaMask. This is like one of the common Web3 wallets. This is some Ethereum that I've got in there. I've got a few other cryptocurrencies in there, and if I go to manage on Charged Particles, I can see my other NFTs. And if I go to OpenSea, which is also a very popular space, you'll be able to see.
Yep, love OpenSea.
Once it loads,
that's like TikTok. OpenSea's like TikTok.
This is some of the NFT. Yeah, exactly. You can just scroll through so many things. I've got some really silly, funny NFTs here, and some of the ones that the band's made. And basically, your wallet, this MetaMask thing, allows you to sign in to websites without a password. You need the password to your wallet, but it will hold your cryptocurrency, and it will hold any of your NFTs. And it's also kind of your passport through Web3. So it allows you to sign in and get into these different spaces really seamlessly and quickly.
OpenSea here, right? They don't own any of these images. They're just displaying them on Ryan's behalf, acting as a sort of window into his wallet. But he owns all of these pieces of art, and if he wants to sell it to me, then we can do that, but he is the owner of all of these.
Crazy, man. And for me, I've grown quite accustomed to MetaMask. I know my way around it. It's probably I just spend so much time, swapping in and out of NFTs and just like looking, for the next hottest project. Charlie, this must be a lot for you.
Yeah, I can't lie. I just didn't realize there was so much in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a lot.
Yeah, man.
Like the potential is phenomenal.
And a big part of NFTs is how adaptive they are. Like we're adapting them to metaverses, we're adapting them to art. We are adapting them to music. With our NFT integrated music video, the packages we got going on are just mental, and the fact that it's all going to be redeemed digitally. There's no third party in between or anything. It's just boom, done, and people know what they got. You know what you're getting. And I just kind of wanted to get into what sort of things are we gonna have in this NFT drop. Yeah, let's get into it, Mango, and yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, there's so much to unpack, and you guys are really doing some stuff that really hasn't been done either a lot of times or ever at all. Yeah, so it'll be really sick. I mean, lots of different ways, for people from different financial capacities and different means to participate and really engage with you guys in a deeper way. Really like, what the best part about all of this is that all of the energy that your community puts in just goes right back into itself. You're creating this way for your fans to engage with you in new ways. But from things like a brand new Discord server, meet and greets at the shows. One of the NFTs, I think the highest tier one, you'll fly anywhere in the world and do a private show, as well as putting them in a verse of your song. That's I've never heard of that stuff before.
Wow.
I think Beacon Bloom, I think, led the way, right, Ryan, with the flying anywhere in the world offering. But writing a verse in a song is just absolutely awesome, and for fans that have the capacity to support you guys in that way, I'm sure like that's a one of a kind opportunity. We talked about the NFT shirts from our partners at Nifty Things, where you'll be able to like scan the shirt boop, with your phone, just like wave your phone near it, and it'll scan the little microchip and listen to some maybe unreleased music and see the NFT directly. Let's see what else is. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. The connection went a little bit there, but I actually wanted to say as well, we're actually going to be nesting. I think we're doing 2 unreleased songs. So in one of the NFTs, obviously we're doing an unreleased song, and in another one of the NFTs, we are doing like a freestyle over. Well, I don't want to give it away, but I'm super excited, man. It's just like it's a way that people can just access our music. That's it's kind of like behind a door that only you can get behind. I think that's so dope.
And we're talking about the metaverse, of course, and you know, for those of you who are really excited about hearing this new music, we're going to be doing a live event, which I think is happening, airing the day before the song actually goes live. So
Yeah,
you'll get to hear
23rd of September.
Yeah, so if you want to come experience the metaverse from your phone or from your computer and gather with probably thousands of other fans and watch the premiere of this song happen live in Crypto Voxels, where we were just running around. We'll be doing that in Richard Dixon's art gallery, one of our close friends at Charged Particles, and yeah, it should be a good time. We've had a few parties in Crypto Voxels before, and we've crashed their servers, so it looks like there's like 2,000 or 3,000 people, but you can only see yourself because the servers are freaking out. So I'm almost certain the same thing will happen. You know, we're gonna really test the limits of this technology, but it should be really awesome to you know, get together and watch something happen in this new digital space together.
Like even that's a phenomenal concept alone. Like just being able to, like you say, like doing a listening party in the metaverse.
Yeah,
it's just, there's so many opportunities for everything. Like the way, like even just sitting here from an outside perspective, someone's not involved in it. Like I see 100 opportunities for multiple different things.
Like imagine turning up to a party like in a virtual space, you know, or everyone there's got similar interests. Like you're all looking at new art on the screen and everything, all these new concepts. I think that's so dope.
Yeah.
We should set up a little like a little red carpet with a backdrop and have you guys take photos with people in the metaverse, you know.
inside the smoky kitchen in the metaverse.
Yeah. And then they can take those photos and mint them as NFTs if they want, you know, and you know.
Oh, that's mad. I never even thought of that. Oh my god, I'm just so enlightened talking to you. I just have so many ideas, like so many ideas.
Every time I speak to Mango, there's like 2 new project ideas. That's incredible. And I'm sure actually the more I talk to Ben, the more that's going to happen as well. But
yeah, it's been a pleasure, Ben, for sure, hearing you speak about this stuff.
That's so good.
Same.
Yeah, and one question I did want to actually ask, I wanted to kind of, you know, hear about you guys' backgrounds, and I'm sure a lot of people will be interested to hear as well. You know, how do you get into crypto? How does someone, you know, just kind of fall into it the way that you guys have? And sorry, NFTs.
Do you want to go, Ben?
I've been talking a bunch. Ben, you can go first.
Yeah. Okay. Into NFT. So I was in crypto, I think maybe about 2018, 2019, around there. After there was like a big crash, because I thought that I'd missed out, and then it went on a big increase, and then when it crashed I was like, oh great, now I can enter. And then I actually came into NFTs. I kind of touched on it a bit before. I'm really interested in virtual reality. I have been for a long time, and just through my research, when I saw the words the word NFT, and then I looked into its background, I kind of really quickly understood that this would be the technology that would underpin virtual reality, and then that made me really excited. So I came from there, and then very quickly I didn't really know anyone in my circle that was into NFTs. So, and even at work I couldn't find anyone. So
yeah,
I just decided, you know, Twitter seemed to be where it was happening, and Discord. I'd never really been on Discord at this point. This was like earlier this year, and then I just thought, I just started getting in the communities, and then I thought the only way I'm going to learn is if I start buying things. So I started buying NFTs. I guess I got really lucky. I came into communities and started going around maybe in around March. And then by April, I think April 30th was when the Bored Ape Yacht Club dropped. I was actually on the website when it dropped and didn't mint. Mainly because I was so involved in these other 2 communities in Discord and Twitter and stuff. I was like, I don't think I can like manage more and more of these communities, because I'd also probably say, to kind of wrap up as well, my background is I'm very good at understanding, without sounding like a wanker, probably do. I'm very good at understanding the avenues of the internet and how they work and how they connect. And if there's here that's interested in this, I know how to bring them to the place that I need them to go to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then when I understood about NFTs and the metaverse, I was like, oh, there's a whole world of avenues I don't understand right now. I need to be able to learn that to be able to continue to do my job. And then it just became so much more than a job or learning it to help me keep a career. It was just like
a lifestyle.
Yeah. Jimmy Eth, who's like really, really big in the space. Jimmy with a 1, Jimmy.eth. I was talking to him recently, and he was on a podcast with Gary Vee, and he basically said, Ben, we're like the Goonies. We found the treasure, and then we have to tell the world about it now.
That's such a cool way of looking at it.
Yeah, and and I said to him, I was like, I'd like to say I feel like a kid again, but I don't think I was ever this happy as a kid playing with my friends with like my toy soldiers or whatever, right? Like,
yeah,
this feels new, and it feels like a real changing. Mango said before about, I really genuinely believe like big brand, if we want to bring Adidas into that, I think big brand celebs, if we want to say that, and then communities of the world have a real possibility to kind of vanquish global poverty in the next few years and totally overthrow the economic system that oppresses people around the world without getting too.
Wow,
that's for
really
sure
powerful. I mean, like, just talking to you guys and seeing the passion, and just something that's always seemed so unsolvable as world poverty, is there could be a solution very, very soon that no one can say anything about. And I think that's the beauty of this whole thing as well. NFTs is just the start. There's a million good things you can do with this technology, and it's just the start and the kind of inception of, it's like, it's just the beginning, and I can't wait to get into it all. And I want to be as big a part of it as I can, and I know as Bars and Melody we are gonna continue to do NFT drops in the future. And yeah, guys, I think we should call it there. It's been amazing chatting to everyone.
Leo, did we want to give the fans a wee sneak preview of one of their NFTs just before we go?
Ooh.
What do you reckon?
I
Yes.
reckon we should.
Let's do the one.
Just one, eh?
Yeah, just one.
a little saucy at the end of the podcast. Last minute sneak peek. Whoa!
Can we get a bit of smoke in the kitchen for that?
Oh, go on. Tell me when you're ready.
All right, we're ready.
You ready? All right.
Why ain't she blowing?
She's not blowing? Okay.
Yeah, she's blowing.
She's blowing. All
Hey.
right. You ready? Let's check it out.
Yeah, we're ready.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
Hey. Oh, it looks a little laggy on our screen. It ain't this laggy, we promise people.
No,
we can edit it in. I think we'll edit it in.
Oh yeah.
But this is
not laggy on your screen.
This is from our homie Sasha, also known as Darkness. Big shout out to Sasha. He's a genius.
Yeah, let's shout out Darkness, phenomenal artist.
I want it.
Yeah, I want it. I might just go ahead and buy it.
all sorts of goodies nested inside, eh?
Oh yeah.
All sorts of goodies nested. Can we get into details about what is actually nested inside this one, please, Ryan? Is because I know we've got so many ideas that we were throwing around, and I've just got so much. I can't even remember.
Yeah, bro. Let me see if I can. Damn, I don't know where my Notion is that has the things.
Well, yeah, I'll do it. This is we're waiting.
Oh shit!
Looking on his
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna stop sharing. Get that smoke again. All right, wait. Let me find it. Give me a few seconds, boys. Sorry. It's the one part I didn't prepare for.
You had two chords. You had two chords to figure it out.
Johnny Cash or something then, Mango.
Yeah, something like that.
I guess we'll edit this bit out, right?
I'm definitely leaving this bit in while Ryan sweats.
Oh god.
Let me say some more really important, inspiring stuff that's too good to cut out while he.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, something's done there. on that
I mean,
cover.
I would love to, you don't have to keep this in, but I would love to just echo the sentiment that you were ending there with, Ben. It's like, I feel like crypto is the technology that's going to help us transition from, you know, the current financial model into a post-work, you know, society that's like highly automated, and, you know, where people's jobs become redundant and they still need to survive, and they should be rewarded just because they're human beings, and, you know, rewarded for participating in society. You know, so like every time I go to the store, I should earn some of their tokens for having participated in their business. You know, paid to participate as the new financial model.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I think that's a really exciting concept.
And I think I think an important distinction to be made is, like, you know, there's fans, there's like a fan base, and then there's a community. And I think this is a transition, you know, from fan base into community that actually actively participates, grows, and is part of the project, like in a real sense of the word. You know, like, previously there's some ways you could interact with artists and you could be a fan and you could support them, but I think this is a new paradigm where fans can be converted to proper community that actually are actively participating in the project and have a stake in it, and can also benefit from being a part of it, which is like a game changer, you know.
Here's another concept for future drops for you guys is, like, you know, once we return to being able to do live shows and you guys are touring and that kind of stuff, you know, like, fans can, you know, their tickets can be purchased as NFTs, and they can earn tokens like, you know, bars and melody token, BAM tokens for going to the show, right? So if they go to the show, they get BAM tokens, and then they can use their BAM tokens to buy your artwork, and they don't have to.
Or they, you know, they can, like, called a proof of attendance token, basically, you know, like the BAM. And then the people that have been to, let's say, if you think in football, when you can always get to a Champions League game if you're a season ticket holder or something.
Yeah.
Thing, right? If they've been to your last show, they get off the opportunity to go to your next show. And then you know, the only way that you could use to basically be in the VIP area or meet your guys was by having money. Whereas now the people that will be there are the real community that help you do this on a daily basis. And I think
amazing.
Meritocracy is much better than being able to pay your way to the front.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Absolutely.
And maybe another good instance, since we're talking about transitioning from fan base into, like, engaged community, that, like, even if you can't afford the cheapest NFT in this collection, doesn't mean you don't get to be a part of this community that's getting built, right? You know, it's not a gate kept thing, right? You know, this Discord server, I guess, will be opening up, right? You know, and although there will be sort of special sections for people that are, you know, buying the higher tier stuff, you know, like, the whole point of this is to engage with you, the listeners and the fans more often, and that. Yeah, you just by showing up, you can be a part of the community.
And they'll
100%.
You know, there'll be as far as I understand it, and I think the boys, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a thing in this space called airdropping, where you can send cryptocurrency or NFTs to different wallets, to different people. And I think there'll be plenty of opportunity for that, for, you know, as Ben said, meritocracy. If you're doing really good work in the space and the community, that gets rewarded. This is what happens in most of these communities. If you get in there early and you're putting the work in and you're really engaged, you get rewarded, and it can be rewarded in some of the social tokens of the space, or NFTs, or different roles in Discord. There's so many ways that you can gain from this and be a part of the community.
That's such an exciting concept.
It's so amazing. I've just found the benefits and nested things for this NFT we've just seen from DOGWOOD.
Let us know.
So
tell us what they are.
So far, there'll be an unreleased single, which you can only access if you have this NFT in your wallet.
You can only access it if you have that in your wallet. Yeah. So that is a key behind the virtual door that unlocks our song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And only one person gets that. That's an unreleased song for you.
Yeah.
One person. We just brought a song for you. Yeah. You best be grateful. No, I'm joking.
Nice. That's exciting alone. So that's it though. That's it.
No.
No.
We've got
more.
You know, there's more, but wait, there's more. You know, we've got Nifty Things, which is these chip T-shirts. You know, there'll be some kind of merch from Nifty Things. We've got special Discord access and a special Discord role. There'll be access, of course, there'll be access to the pre-sale of the next season 2. We're calling it of the NFTs from BAM. Club room membership, including future airdrops, and then inside of it, there'll be some cryptocurrency, probably IONX, which is charged particles cryptocurrency, and you know, potentially a voxel wearable. And then the other thing that all of these NFTs will be doing is donating a percentage to regenerative forestry. So this is planting trees around the world and doing some really good stuff in the world.
Yeah, that's really important for us. You know, all of the profit. Sorry, not all of the profits are good. 10% of the profits are going to planting trees. I think for buying that single NFT, the one you were just talking about, how many trees do we plant just from buying that NFT?
That one will be somewhere around a few thousand trees at least. We're still figuring out the exact number, but it's at least 2,000 trees just for that one.
So we're gonna be planting trees with 10% of 5 or 10% of the proceeds. We're gonna be going to planting trees around the world, creating a greener world. You know, giving back, trying to do our bit. We're super excited for this, man. It's just been so great talking to everyone.
Man, so just to recap on that one, so it's an unreleased song that only you get access to, and to be fair, you could share that song with your friends, right? You know, that's not just there's nothing stopping you from sharing it and playing it at your friend's house or anything, right?
Or sharing it to sharing it, yeah, wherever you want. You've got the access to it.
Right on. So an unreleased song, a T-shirt embedded with a microchip. It's gonna plant 2,000 trees. Special access to private chats in a Discord server, or a special role, so everyone will know that you're the badass that bought that one. And more stuff to come in the future. It's just amazing.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. And that's just one of the NFTs. You know, we got plenty of other stuff that we're just not telling you about because we want to keep you in suspense. So, yeah, I think we've pretty much covered everything I wanted to talk about. You know.
And thank you guys so much for taking the time to come and, you know, not just educate these guys, but also educate us as well.
Yeah, definitely. You've taught us so much today.
I can easily say I've learned more today than I have. I don't know.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I've learned a lot.
You guys have so much knowledge. And we just thank you for coming on the podcast, sharing your thoughts, and, you know, letting us pick your brains a bit. Super excited for this whole thing that's coming up. And, yeah, I think you guys are going to love it. So thank you to all you guys. Without you, we couldn't be doing this right now.
Round of applause and smoke.
Yeah, round of applause and smoke. Hey! Yes. Smoky Kitchen will be back soon. Would you like to say farewell, everyone?
You guys did that at the perfect time as well. Just as the smoke hit the screen, it was perfect. No, but seriously, thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate you guys for real for giving us some of your time for us. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, make sure you keep an eye out for the release, for the NFT drop. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to watch out for. So just fucking watch out. You know, watch out. That's all I can say. Watch out.
Yeah, we'll catch you in the next episode of the Smoky Kitchen. Thank you, everyone.
Ciao.
Thanks for having us, guys.